Hi, Panas. Good afternoon.
Good morning, Sammy. How are you? Hi, John. Hi, John.
Hey, panels.
I think I saw the videos from OCP uploaded yesterday, so we may have a chance to catch up with the ones we missed.
Yeah, they were finished uploading everything. Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, good. Looks like I completed it. So, okay, yeah, I can send a offline, John. I think the GitHub access, they're asking for GitHub names. I will send a mail to you, John. Okay.
I think John's would be the easiest ones because I think you mentioned that in the summit already.
Okay.
Haven't you?
What do you need a GitHub name for?
We want to make you co-admin, or admin, like maintainer of the GitHub project for CSM.
And what will be in this project?
This project will have the web page and the wiki contents, the same thing as you described for your workflow. I think you said that for, or was it OpenRack Manager? Or what project?
No, I
you were
thought
doing?
Sammy said
Yeah.
GitHub.
Yes, GitHub.
So,
Yes.
So what, John, what they're putting all your web page, everything, this goes to GitHub. I think end of this month, they're transitioning. When you edit in the GitHub, that the content gets updated. That's our understanding at least.
Okay. So this is the web page itself.
Correct.
This has nothing to do with the GitHub.
Yeah, it's
right?
not a project GitHub. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. So this is the project website.
Correct.
And the project website text is inaccurate.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, we need to work on it. Yeah.
So how do you want to do that? Do you want me just to propose something and make it look like all the other ones? Because that's normally what I do.
Our plan was to work on like some basic texts on what the scope of our work stream is, and some logistics, some details, and perhaps like be inspired by other work streams. But put all these details in a page and like make it up to date, and also post links to all the previous work there.
No. If you look, first look at the webpage, right? The webpage is actually owned by the foundation. Okay, and you look at the web pages for all the other sites within working bodies within hardware management, they're very short, right? All they talk is about scope, and then they point to the wiki. And you guys own the wiki, so you guys can put whatever you want on the wiki. But all the page is supposed to have is this is what it's called. This is its scope. This is its calendar. You want more information? Go look at the wiki.
No, okay. We do agree there. Like, I'm trying to understand whether like the wiki is also part of the GitHub project or not, or is it a different system now?
So the wiki is in migration. Okay. So for the wiki, they used to use some wiki page, right? And you had to go have a special login to do all these wikis. And so most of them might still be using that wiki. What they decided was, what Kevin Kiefer decided was that, hey, GitHub has a wiki facility. Why don't we just use the wiki facility within GitHub and not have to pay this outside vendor for wiki support? So, so so the migration is occurring. I think there was a notice to maybe you guys about when that migration will start occurring, and that the existing wikis on the wiki page are going to get migrated by Kevin to the wiki page on the GitHub. Okay, so that's all going on behind the scenes. And so I really, to me, if you want to do it on, since you guys don't have a particular GitHub, I don't know how that's going to work. So, you guys have an existing wiki, right?
So we had a wiki that was not very well populated, and when we mentioned about migrating stuff to Kevin, he told us that we should just go directly to GitHub and put all the new content there.
Okay, so that's how we got to this discussion. Okay.
Yes.
So where are you putting all the minutes or to the recordings, things like that, John?
Wait a minute. It's not where I'm putting it. Where are you guys putting it?
Yeah. I'm trying to see, like, say when I look at a sustainability project, let me put a link here. We are trying to figure out. I think that's where can I put the link? Chat, right? So if I I can share too. So if I go to the sustainability project, and if I click on the wiki, it takes to your website, and recording and other things are posted.
Right.
I'm trying to see for hardware management.
Well, okay. So hardware management, every sub-project and work stream has its own wiki.
Okay.
And that's where they should be posting their calls. My question to you is, as you've had these CSM calls within FTI, where have you been putting the recordings?
No, we were not putting. That's the reason I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
Even here, like hardware management, I don't see the recordings in the wiki.
Wait. Are you showing something, or are you just talking? I don't know when you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't press the.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, I didn't press the share button here, right? Say, if I go hardware management, I go to the wiki.
All right. Go to the bottom.
So I go to the bottom. I see recording till 2022, nothing after that, right?
Right. So wait a minute. I need that. Let me share, because that I don't think you're in DCSCM, right? You're not in.
No, I just clicked one project just so. I went to the hardware, say like I clicked here, sub-projects.
No, that's hardware management module.
No, I'm just taking an
No,
example.
no, that's 2 lines. The sub-project is hardware management module.
Okay.
So that's what you're clicking on. You're not clicking on hardware management. And that's what I don't like about this, right?
Okay.
It's two, right? You click on that wiki. That's the wiki to the hardware management project.
All right. You're putting it here.
It gets placed
Automatically?
Okay.
And I'm asking, is it getting placed automatically or you have to do something to
No, I just told you it gets done automatically. So that's why I'm surprised if you guys have recorded these CSM calls that they weren't being placed on some wiki. So if you never recorded the calls, I can understand. But the minute you start recording calls, there should be a designated wiki it goes to. And every project workstream wiki has a recording from past calls.
I don't see it, all the past calls. Like, for example, I'm like a project management, right? I was going for hardware management module, right?
Right, and I just told you, hardware management module is a CLA group. So
Okay.
it is privileged. Only people
Okay.
who sign the CLA have access to the recordings.
Okay. Okay. So this one I should be seeing all the things here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's from August. There looks like there's nothing. September, October. I'm seeing a
Well,
similar thing where not getting placed. For example, if I go to the sustainability,
mhm.
and if I go to the wiki, I see a lot of things getting placed before the Zoom migration. After Zoom migration, I don't see anything getting placed. These are the
Like,
August thing, right?
yes, but again, I'm telling you, call recordings are added automatically, right?
Okay.
From when the recording completes.
Okay.
Everything else on that, everything else on the wiki, you guys own.
Okay.
So
Right.
everything above here, everything above the recordings,
Right.
you guys own. So if things are not being up to date, that's because this group is ignoring the rest of the wiki, and there's a bunch of old information here.
Okay. So I think there is a. Let me go back to the cloud service model. If I go to wiki, yeah, there's nothing getting placed here. Even though we are recording it, it does not go there.
It won't get placed there until the recording is complete, right? And Kevin Kiefer does whatever he does to migrate it to the wiki.
Okay.
Okay. I was about to say the same thing, that we need to get the help from Kevin to link our recordings to our wiki. And since if I'm not mistaken, Sami, you have not been an admin you have not been in charge of the Zoom event, of the Zoom call, we may not have had access to the previous recording, or just like now that we sorted that out with Kevin, we will have access to the Zoom recording so that we could check them against the wiki.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes, right, they're very slow at getting the recording attached, in which case I send mail to Kevin and I say, hey, I'm having a meeting tomorrow. The recording from the last meeting is not posted. Please post it. And he'll do whatever he does to get it posted there before my next meeting.
Okay. Okay.
And so, yeah, sometimes they haven't got that side automated. Hopefully with this latest migration, they will have done that with Zoom. But when they were going to GoToMeeting, they actually had to go through a conversion process to convert whatever Zoom, what GoToMeeting had to something they could actually post. And so it caused another funnel in the process. And so that hopefully, having gone to Zoom, it can get posted directly. But that's a Kevin Kuiper problem of there's too many people involved in the day-to-day activities of keeping a work stream or sub-project running.
Okay. Yeah, that's
And secondly, right? So if you notice as you wander through all these, the website is pretty standard about what is contained in it. It's very little information. And the pointing is to the wiki, because that's where all the work gets done. And so the wiki is controlled by you guys. All the content is controlled by you guys, and except for the recordings are automatically placed there from the meetings by Kevin and friends.
okay. So then I think what we need to do is we need to update this text and give it to Kevin, and he can post the web page, right?
Yes.
Right.
On the wiki, then we can get access. And
no, not on the wiki, right? He's going to modify this text on this web page.
All right. He will, yeah. Once we give it to him.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Yes, but I noticed the same text usually appears on the wiki, so we could point Kevin like once we have settled the text and tell him like you can take the text from a wiki and put
no. You're wrong, right? The text in the wiki should not be the same contents as on the web page. That is a symptom of FTI. Right. If you look at the web page and the wiki for the hardware management stuff, that's not the case at all. You should not have redundant information floating all over the place. You have to keep them in sync, right? All this does is, hey, this defines scope, right? For each of these sub-projects, go to the sub-projects.
Then you go here, you have a scope here.
Right? It just takes that clip, right? Says, hey, that's it, and then just talks about the project itself.
Then you have this welcome here.
Yeah.
And
this is a standard sub-project workstream site, right? Which is all the data about your project or workstream should be here. Your documents that you create, whatever you're interested in. So there should be no replication from the web page here.
Okay. Yeah, I think let us probably honest, let us work out the details and give it to Kevin for the main web page. And this one we can.
So yeah, for Kevin's thing, you should just write a text file, right? Whatever Word document, and send it to him and say this should be what be on the wiki. It should just if you take a look at the other sites within hardware management about how light that website should be, because I don't want people on that web page for very long, because we don't control it. That's why I want minimum information to get people through the web page to a site that we control, like the wiki, as opposed to dwelling it on the web page. And every time we need an update, we have to go talk to Kevin.
Okay, but the scope is a content that should make it into the web page, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also another question: does Zoom meeting has toll-free numbers?
Have what?
The numbers like this?
I think it does. I think it does. Once you have like the business versions of Zoom meeting like us, you can have like call details. Let me if you click
the GoTo used to have, but not Zoom.
Yeah, if you click on the green icon on the top left of the meeting you're just in, it tells you like meeting ID, participant ID, and so on. Perhaps this one can make it as a toll-free number that you can dial in. Like you dial into the Zoom and you can get in with this meeting ID.
Where is it? Sorry.
So if you expand the green shield icon on the top left of the Zoom meeting,
this one?
It tells you the details. Yes, like the Zoom window we're talking now.
Right.
It gives you the detail like a meeting ID, which is numeric, and a passcode, which is numeric. Okay. And if you go to the toll-free number of Zoom and you dial this in, like it tells you enter your meeting ID, you put that one, and it gets you here.
Okay.
I could write one out at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason I'm asking is when we were looking at the where is it, right? It does not appear here. Okay, but I think we need to fix it. So our meeting didn't appear in the main thing.
I mean, a lot of the wikis don't have the call-in numbers.
Oh, it's appearing here.
Yes, they don't need to. They don't need to. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I recall like originally we had the go-to meeting. It had all the tile and all the numbers. So this disappeared. So okay, so
see, for most of that download information, I wish people would just go to the calendar and bring up the calendar entry, right? Because there's no reason for you to be replicating this data, right, on a wiki. If they change their phone number tomorrow, it's going to take so long to propagate through the system, right? I just point them to the calendar entry under your web page, right? There's a calendar at the bottom, and say use that one.
Yeah, I think that's you don't need to put it. Maybe it was just people not able to click down and get the numbers.
I don't think those people exist. I think it's to me. I think that's an invention to do useless things, right? People are connected, and if they know that they can't be online, they need a phone number. They should write it down, guys. If they're connected to the internet, they can go to the calendar entry and figure out what the phone number is. You shouldn't have to be
we're saying that the calendar entry, the way it's posted at the moment, does not mention alternate ways. But if there is something, we could find it out and perhaps put it in the calendar invite. In the calendar event, there is freehand text that we can enter there. So, yeah, I think this is a background conversation we can have of how, like, to help people. If they, for some reason, have any technical difficulty, they have the alternate way somewhere that they can find out.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a generic thing that we should talk to Kevin about, so it can happen for every OCP calendar entry and not just ours.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I don't see the phone number at all here, right? If I look at this.
Right. Okay. So if you want to send Kevin a note that where do the phone numbers appear?
Okay. So, so I think a couple of things we want to kind of get it done today, right? One is we want to get any feedback from OCP 2023 Global Summit thing that we heard that we want to kind of harvest the data. I have not seen others joined here today. John,
yes, I was about to say that we expected the other members to join in today, so that we could get a little consensus about some of these logistics. Perhaps we need to ping them offline now or until next week, and defer decisions until then. Like we want consensus on keeping the same time for the meeting, for signing off, like the scope. Like we can present a few words about the scope of this CSM that will appear under the new page, and we want at least the people who have contributed that far to sign it off, to agree on it. The other thing I had note, so one moment, please. Perhaps talk about preparing for the regional summit, for the next milestones in for our work stream. Yeah. That's my notes. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's true. I think what is the roadmap want to look like, right? I think that is a one we need to define. Also, I believe we should finalize all the white papers that we want to publish, right? We need to start lining up when it's going to be available. And probably we should send an agenda before that the meeting, so that people are aware this is getting discussed, so they know if the meeting is happening.
Okay.
So Panos, do we want to kind of work offline and get the text ready, and we can probably circle with email and
yes, perhaps we can make it so if we don't get other participation tonight, we could work on it on offline, and perhaps send some some emails around to ping people about all this, right? Yeah. Like I know that most of us are in the mailing list and should have received the mail about this meeting, but I didn't see any responses. So perhaps we need to ping people.
Yeah, I think maybe there are a lot of people I see, other work groups too. Immediately after the summit, people are going back to work and getting busy on other things, I believe. Yes, I think let's get our work done. Let's get the text updated, and there's schedules and agenda for review.
Okay. Is there any other logistics that we need to do in the meantime? Like, I know we need to set up the page or.
So do you guys want to fix that wiki page that you guys have?
Yeah.
Or do you want to fix it?
Well, no. I'm not sure. My answer is I'm not sure whether, because since Kevin said that there would be migration by the end of the month, I'm not sure that we want to do backwards updates of the previous page until we have the one that is GitHub based up and running.
Why?
But I think we can get
the if he's gonna migrate it automatically, then it doesn't matter when we change it, right? We can change it in the new one. We can change it in the current one. He's just gonna migrate whatever we change. So there's no reason to make this sequential, right? So why don't we take the rest of the day? I now have edit access to your wiki, guys. You want to fix it? We'll fix it now. Because I would remove all the references to FTI.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Removing the reference. Yeah. You're clear to go. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do this.
The point is, like, we may need another week to finalize on the wording of the scope.
Okay,
and perhaps the scope will be temporarily in the wiki page and then be transferred to the main web page and be removed from the wiki page, or leave the long explanation of the scope in the wiki page if so.
Okay. I got up your wiki page.
Yep.
Okay. How do you want to fix it? Can I remove all of this?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to remove.
Can you at least say it was from future technology?
Perhaps have a history. Yes, a history section that says that the CSM, the Cloud Service Model workstream, started off as a Future Technologies Initiative workstream and then was migrated on 2023 to a project a workstream under the hardware fault management project.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it up here at the very top, and we can go figure it out how we want. This workstream, you guys can, was originally formed under FTI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Future Technology Initiative.
Yeah, I should write it out. And people won't.
Or OCP project. In 2021 or 2019.
With it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to remove this FTI reference.
Yeah.
Remove this reference.
Yeah. Under the work stream lead, can you put both Panos and me?
Oh, yeah. So what are your three initials? Panos, what is your three initials? Email address? I think you're on mute. At least I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry, it's XRG. I have the text on my on the chat of this call.
Oh, excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
even better.
yes. I made it so that you can copy paste it. Save you some time. Yeah, actually, you could also use the meta.com, the one that is above, if you want, like, yeah, either the OCP project.
Generally, we just have OCP project, and then
okay,
I forward OCP project to my internal email, so I don't have to look into places. And I can teach you guys how to do that because it saves a whole lot of time.
I know how to do it, but our internal is less reliable than Gmail.
So whatever you want to put is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this.
Sami, should we make a note if we should maintain any LinkedIn group and clean it up or not? I saw there was like a reference of the LinkedIn group. I don't know if we still have it.
John, do you still have a LinkedIn for hardware management? I
have a LinkedIn group or link to the hardware management?
LinkedIn.
Oh no, I can add the link to it. I'm going to make, once we understand what we're keeping in here, I'll add all the stuff from the other sub-project work streams into here. So It kind of looks the same. Okay, and that's all there is here.
Okay.
Okay, coming soon. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Oh, maybe this isn't on me, but
Not a minor. Perhaps you need to you write in that summary, remove references to FTI.
okay.
Yeah. So that we remember this was the historical edit that did all that.
Yeah.
Did it save?
Let me reload it here.
That's a problem. It requires you to add.
Okay, what it is? Okay.
Okay.
E7.
Do some second grade maths.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I'll fix it up after this. Now that I know we're okay with what we're retaining. Past FTI events, documents get involved. Okay. And I'll get rid of this because I think this was just because we had a logo, the FTI logo there.
Yeah, I think there was another question. Do we have a logo for workstream, or is it only the main workstream?
No, you don't have a logo unless OCP Marketing creates one for you.
Okay.
Most of the sub projects have one. And if this gets to be enough, then they'll do it. I'll go call.
In the top level, can you also change it to?
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can do it again. Nope.
Is there the...
Okay.
Okay.
Page.
Yes, perhaps this title is also the location in the wiki, so it's not trivial to change.
Yeah, and it'll get fixed when they do the migration.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and we deal with it in the first line, so we're okay. Cancel. Yeah, this dealt with in this line. So. Yeah, so I had an entry for recordings at the very bottom for as a placeholder for Kevin to put the recordings. Okay.
Good. Good.
Oh, Sammy, I just saw your address, email address. I'll go ahead and change it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good. I think you got the sort of so we can edit also there, right?
You should be the only one to edit it. You need to ask. The issue is, I think I will edit it until it gets converted to GitHub. Because once it's on GitHub, you guys have access. And for now, he'd have to give you passwords, and he'll argue about the fact that it's going to get migrated. So
exactly, that's what Kevin told us, that it may not be worth it that much, to do it on the old platform.
Right. So I'll modify it.
Yeah, we could ask Kevin to let us be ahead in the migration and be with one of the first to migrate, given that like our old content is not very well populated. So yeah, the sooner we do it, so the better for us.
Yeah, I will make whatever change you guys want.
Sure.
Until then. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Okay, anything else you want to discuss today? Okay. If not,
I don't think so. Like we will take the scope offline, I suppose, and also the poll about the logistics. We said about another poll. No, was it a scope that we said we would raise another poll or not?
Yeah, I think what we want, I think we discussed probably when we met there, right? We want to kind of put a poll of what are the different things we want to, people are interested in working on it. So we first need to figure out what are the items we want to bring it in that list. Maybe that is one of the items we should start thinking about it, to say like out of when we identify the life cycle, we said like these are the things really want to go after, but I think it will be good to put the list and prioritize you, and we can use a poll for prioritizing it, right?
Okay. So let me suggest something. We could define the scope of this work stream to be slightly more generic than the current works in progress, to allow a little room for some future, directions, but not too much so that we would block any other team from doing so, and still defined our work in progress, our working documents, whatnot, as a subset of what we want to put down in the scope.
Yeah, I think that's what John first had this 2 lines be added. I think we agreed as part of the list. I think let us fine tune the wording there to make sure that is it sufficient or need to be more. I think John's recommendation is let's define the broader one, and maybe I think we should fine tune that. Right? Let me try to get the 2 wordings here. Hold on. Sorry, cut and paste. Sorry. Yeah, I think we said instead of life cycle services, that we want to change the word, right? Panos, I think.
Yeah, I think that life cycle services is too specific on
Right.
life cycle and too generic on what we would include under this life cycle services. So I would go back to your 2021 slide as a reference. I have a few notes here, if I may read to you. Like, we want to work on like a scalability perspective, or like define or negotiate standards to scale management and monitoring beyond the rack and into the hyperscale. Discover coverage gaps and invite industry stakeholders to work on solutions. Therefore, explore the space beyond simple machine measurements into the data center size and time in order to extend and consolidate standards to manage that. I will send that. And also the other direction to be collaboration. Bring together existing open technologies and solutions in the wider ecosystem around the data center. Like, this is just like seed for discussion until we can, compress that to a couple of sentences. I'm trying to think of anything else that does not fall into the scalability perspective that we want. So different scale remote model. So there's an interface for scale remote enable added services. Yes, this is more generic. Let me copy paste my notes here, just as a discussion until we do that next week. So this is some wording that I thought of while preparing for today. And yeah, I need to define these accesses, like whether we're talking about the scalability. We're working on scalability of things. We're working on collaboration of stakeholders and bringing people closer together into the various realms there. And I'm not sure if there is another component in life cycle that would make an axis of itself. So
I think there's 2 or 3 things as part of that discussion that we had in the OCP, right? How do we bring the project outputs together and understand so that we can define when we are doing this life cycle, right? Design phase, what are you going to look for, right? And operational phase, what are you going to be looking from the other projects? That is one. Maybe also we need to figure out how are we getting in a readable format so that we can make that much more friendly to get it. Today, it's all different documentation coming out of the projects, right? That is one under logistics portion of it. The second thing is, what are the things we want to work on it, right? I think we probably need to up-level it so that this is in scope and this is not in scope kind of thing, right? And third thing is...
I'm writing the answer so that we can leave it as a writing there.
The other thing is, like, again, we don't want to conflict anything already going on. So we want to make sure that it's at scale related activities. Either we are looking at the forward looking technologies that is coming in like say Excel or GDR6 and things like that. We kind of discussed. We didn't have a chance to kind of spend time. We need to be comprehending that, like, hey, if I add a new technologies, how are you going to put it at scale, right? Is that are we going to work on it or not, right? And for the item also, we were kind of discussing, I think even we got the panel, right? What are the things we want to go after or if you want to use advanced AI and things like that, right? Where and all we want to go and where and all we are not going to go, right? And just throwing some ideas that to kind of think out to up-level the wording there. And I think there is a lot of things going on and like the other side, our group, right? Yeah, firmware related, security related, other things going on. Yeah, we don't need to be conflicting there, but I think again, we want to be at scale. How are we going to deal with that? I think those persons we need to come out here, right?
So yeah, I did write a few words, like my opinion on that we could bring it to the conversation, and perhaps John's reaction here is valuable. I'm saying that we should be complementary on top of the technologies discussed on different work streams, and whether like we want to position ourselves to be some, I don't know, like the word coordinator is too heavy, but something like somebody that wants to bring and bridge gaps and help other projects work better with one another. I'm trying to find some very soft wording so that we don't claim to be the leaders of everybody else, right? Or the overloads. I don't want us to be overloads. We want to be mentors, right?
Yeah, we should not be saying we are concerned about high-level collaboration.
Yeah.
Probably we need to have a softer word there.
Yeah.
It's basically like, how do we take all the other works and deploy at scale? That is the main theme, right?
But that's what you define as your charter, right? Your charter
Right,
is
right.
this is the problem we're trying to solve, right? And then the other statement is what you're open to, right? You know, if you have ideas in this space, problems or ideas in this space, this is the place to go have that discussion and develop solutions.
I think what, John, we are trying to say is, if we take that the high level things, do we want to expand a little further and write it down so that we are a little more expanded? I don't know whether you want to say scope or charter, or we want to kind of go to the next level. How do you?
Oh yeah. So you start with just the charter statements, right? The 2 points, right? And then have a paragraph on each of those points.
Right.
So people can say, okay, this is what you want. If I want detail, this is really what they want, you know, then that's fine text to have in there.
Yeah, let us probably think through. Let's probably exchange some weightings around that before we meet next time.
Okay.
Then at least let's bring that for a discussion. Then let's probably upload the text back to the site.
Thank you, guys. I need to drop a little
Sure.
early today, guys.
Okay. Yes. Me too. So yeah, let's continue flying. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Panos.